shed!
Hi and welcome to Down the Shed. So here we have a simple sound to light reactive circuit. Right, so as you can see we have the simple PCB here. You can see it in the shot there. So we'll take the 5 LEDs, they've given us red, we'll do a quick circuit test on those. This is also good for testing LEDs as well as resistors and caps and stuff, because it will actually, let's turn this little light off a minute, it'll actually flash up the LED so you know, and it'll give you the voltage and everything. There you go. And it doesn't matter which way you put the LED in, it'll still figure it out. So we have 1.99 forward voltage. So we'll just test them all. Spend some time if you do this on each one. I usually get a button cell battery and just test them. It is annoying when you get one that don't work and you can't say, yeah, I tested them all, then you didn't know if it worked before you put it in. But if you test them all and it don't work, you know it's more of a problem than a component problem. So all 1.99, all working, all good. So we'll click that off for a minute, put that over there. Bring this back in. So we'll get the 5 LEDs in the board. Remember, the short leg is the negative, usually has a flat side, which these have. So on the board you can see a triangle with the tip cut off and the line through it. The tip with the line is the anode, I think, which is basically it's the negative, the short leg, and you've got a little line on the circle for the circumference of the LED there, which is also denoting that flat peggy part. So a quick close up of the board so you can see the markings there. So we'll just pop all these in. So yeah, short leg, long leg. So that's the parts in. So we'll just hold those there quickly, we should all be looking good. So a bit of blue tack in amongst them. Just kind of hold them all into place. And then just so now we can solder those down. So heat the pad, heat the pin. Oh, I haven't done one leg of each, never mind. Just to do a few, cut them, do a few, cut them. I can't get to it, this one here. Right, so that's the LED soldered in. Snip those legs. Right, so if you get any blue tack left behind like that, just dab it with the rest and it literally pulls it off the board. All flats, all good. So that's the LEDs in position. Looking good. Right, let's crack on with the next part. Right, so we'll crack on. We'll just get these 2 transistors in. Right, 9014, 9014. So your transistors have that flat side and a half circle. So they want to go in on the board, just like that really. So your silk screen has a flat side and a round side. So just match the part to it. As a transistor, it should hold itself in on its 3 legs. And same again on the other side. Again, you get the, I think it's the base and the collector the wrong way around, I can't remember if you do it wrong. So that's the 2 transistors located on the board. So next we'll take the, there it is, electret microphone. Now if it's not specified, the mark was there's a dot on it. So the plus side is basically the terminal that hasn't got like a little crow's foot coming off. So if the camera can pick that up. there's like a little, you see the green crow's foot coming off one peg, but that's the negative. Plus they've also designed the board so the 2 pins as the part are offset, so you can only get it in correct location one way anyway. So we'll pop a bit of blue tack on that, and the blue tack seems to have gone AWOL. There it is. So we'll just pop a bit of blue on that, just put those in, they should sit pretty. Got that down to 350 because I'm using the better solder. So we'll just heat that and that. Get that one nice and done. Turn that little fan on. And that's one leg of each done. So everything's happy days. So we'll get these end ones. Actually, I'll do that one. Overboard to me a bit. There we go, I got that. Get out of jail. I was about to go and get the desoldering tool. So that's our 2 9014 transistors and our electret microphone, condenser microphone in there. So all we're left with now are the 2 electric caps and the power connector. Oh, and the 3 resistors. Let's not forget the 3 resistors. So the power block does have a separate lead to go into it. So we'll just, there we go, that's in. You want to get a decent amount of solder on there. It does give you a couple of decent sized pads for it. Bearing in mind you're going to be plugging, this is going to get a bit of abuse, plugging connectors in and out when you need it. There we go, that'll do. So there we go, that's what it looks like so far. So a decent little build, nice and simple. We'll get these 2 condenser, actually we'll do the 1M resistor next. We'll leave the 10k and the 4.7k to last because we need to orientate the board in the PCB and get these 2 caps in. So we'll do the 1M. I haven't got a clue which of these resistors is which, but we don't really need to work on the colour bands because we have our trusty little component tester just here. So we'll use that instead. So we've got a 10k, a 4.7 and a 1M. So we'll take the resistor, pop it in here, like so, lock it down, turn it on, press the fire button, and that's a 1003, sorry, yeah, 1003k. See what this one is. So there's your 10k, 9738. Right, 4583. So that's 4.7. So that's 10 and 4.7. So this has got to be the 1M. 1001k ohms. 1001k. Of course. 1M. Let's bring the board back. Bring the light back in. Alright, so we'll feed that through. We'll just fold one of those legs back actually to hold it in place. Wait the iron up. Right, so that'll do. We'll get this leg soldered in. Wait for that to get the temp quick. There we go. So we'll get this side in. So that's 1001K or 1M. So we'll snip all this off now that we've done so far. Right, so now all we really do have left are the two caps, the 10K and the 4.7K. So we'll do the two caps. I'm not going to measure them on the component tester because it's quite clear on the caps themselves. That's a 4.7 UF, 16 volt. Remember the marking of the grey on the side of the electrolytic there is the minus, as is the short leg rule. So shaded area or stripy area is the negative, that's the positive. It's marked on the board. We can't get it wrong. Said that before. And we have a 1 UF 50 volt. 1 UF, again short leg, long leg, grey side. And it goes in the opposite way round. You have to watch the boards. That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. And that one. So let's get these two last resistors in, and the boards are good ones. So I'm literally just going to pull this open, slide that out, turn it 90 degrees, see if we can get it back in. That side's quite a flat edge, so it might have to, and plus the LEDs. Right, okay, so that's the best we're going to get. It's good enough. It'll hold. Right, so the 4.7 is down here, R1. R2 was the 1M that we've already done. So that'll do nicely. And 10K goes in here, R3. So D1 to D5 are all red, 1.99 volt or 2 volt LEDs. So we'll just solder those down now. Having quite good fun now. I've realised I can use two cameras. So if this one runs out of memory or battery because it's my phone, I can still use the PC. Gives me a little bit of redundancy on my camera work. And of course I've always got the overhead view, which is my old school method of doing videos. One camera, overhead shot, bang. Didn't always work out too well. Right, so that one wants shoving up. So heat the pad and the solder, get it all runny before you push the component up, because you don't want to rip the pad out. It's not the best way of doing things. Just like that. I want to move that one up a bit. So again, heat the pad, get it all gooey, then push it in. It's a bit much. See we do the other side, bring it back. There we go. Happy, happy. And that is our little sound to light kit finished. So all we need to do now is, I think it's probably 3 to 5 volts. So we'll bang that into a USB and see what happens. Okay, so I've got a USB cable stripped and the power cable. These wires don't want to tin very well. That'll do. So we'll get these ones as well. Right, so basically all we need to do now is get rid of all this, keep those apart. This lead gets used for all sorts of things, so it's only a temporary attachment. So we'll plug this in, one way or the other, like so. So I'll plug the other end of this USB in. Right, let's hold that here a minute. I'll plug this in to my USB slot up here. So now what we should have, there we go, but it shouldn't stay on. Perhaps I'm putting too much voltage for it. 1, 2, 1. There we go. 1, 2, 1. Don't know why it's staying on. There's nothing bridged. Perhaps it is the voltage. Right, I'm just going to see if I've got another one. I don't seem to have a 3 volt battery pack handy right now, which is strange. I've got a couple more here that I've built previous. So what we'll do is we'll connect some of these to the same 5-volt supply and see what happens. So okay, it's too much voltage straight away, and all that one straight away. There we go. So these are 3 volts, not 5. So I need to find a 3-volt source. There's one. How about that? So we'll retest, we'll take these ones away. We'll bring our one we've just built back in. Detach those. Unplug that. Quickly strip all this down. So nice, just warming back up. Oh, there's no wire left there. Just tape. One, two. So there we go. There's the 1, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that's how it works. Basically, it's picking up on the sound waves on the microphone and it's flashing the LEDs. So 3 volts was correct, 5 volts wasn't. So there we go. I hope this has been slightly entertaining or educational for you, or it's just helped you with a kit that you might have and weren't sure about. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you down the shed in the next one. Hello, darling. It's a good girl.